All right, let's start with the entry. In order for me to play this position, the floating pass, I have to make the solid base, I call it. Usually I want to start it from De La Riva. So this is what I like to do when he plays De La Riva. He grabs my heel, De La Riva hook, step my hips, then with his right arm, like he's going to make a grip on my sleeve or collar. So this is like a De La Riva structure. So from this position, I cannot do the guard pass in one shot. So I need to unlock his De La Riva guard. That's the first step. Then first I want to remove his legs from this position. It's pretty simple. I just grab his ankle with a C grip on both of sides like this. If this is not tight, I can easily press them down to unlock it like this. But most of the time, I cannot expect this one. This should be really tight. That's why I just want to change that point. He can play, like he can good at playing De La Riva at this spot. Once I can change my position, like an area, he wouldn't be able to keep it. So I just make the C grips to keep his feet at the same spot. Then from this position, I'm going to take a step back. That's like a pivot action. By the time I step back, I want to straighten my right leg. This is how I unlock his De La Riva hook, like this. Okay, once I set up, I want to get back in front of him with taking an advantage. So technical advantage, I need to dominate his De La Riva. So from now, as if I'm sitting down on his right ankle, like this. Then I come back in front of him. Once I set up, I want to make a good base and a posture. So base, I want to squat down at this spot. Then I stack his legs, like this. Then I want to keep my upper body applied like this, no rely on opponent. But you can see that there's been a little gap between me and him. If I just maintain a good base at this position, he can easily find a space to escape. He may even be able to push me away to replace his right hook. So I want to stack him with the pressure. So I grab his collar on this side, look, like this. I even use the other side of my hand to stay tight if I need. But I much prefer to do with one of my arms to make grip like this. Then I connect right elbow and knee. So this is a solid base. Once I set up, this is not his position. This is not a proper regular De La Riva. Even if he tries to make a hook, there is no space. So this is what I want to maintain before I start floating pass. Okay, I should one more time. I can do the same thing even though he grabs my collar, but it should be a little harder. But let's just try that. So here, you just look for a C grip. So I want you to make sure that you're going to grab around ankles, not around the knees or right above his shin. This is no leverage. In order for you to make the maximum leverage, you have to grab the ankles like this. Then as you can see, he grabs my collar. That's why it's not easy to move my upper body, but I should be able to move my lower body at this spot. Just like I'm taking a step back to straighten my right leg, like this. Then as soon as I do, I want to come back in front of him. But I want you to be careful that I don't want him to go like this. Look, he's gonna block my next action. So I'm gonna step his leg over. Then I tack it in. Then it kind of depends on weight classes. So in my case, I much prefer to pinch my knees together to make a good base like this. But maybe big guys could be able to do that with opening knees like this. This is more like a team Atos style. They rather like to open their legs like this. They can make the wide stance base and posture like this. But I prefer to do this to shut the space down. And again, I want to grab the collar. In this case, I want to grab left side of his collar, not the right side. Okay, this. Now this is additional detail. In order to stack the leg between the legs, I even use my hand, like cup his kneecap like this. Then I tack him. He cannot pull his leg out. Once I set up, now ready for attack. Okay, now I show you the counter kneecap pass. So the floating pass, as like the name, I want to float, like I want to be on him. It's like a very softly, it's like a surfing. I never tried though. But anyway, so here. Most of the time he wants to do some kind of actions like push or a pull. Even he lifts me up like this. Then he can do further action. You know this one for sure. So against this movement, I want to absorb his action, not like stopping it. Especially the time he throws me over like this, I may need to post a hand, like open my legs like this. This is one of the worst case for me. If I do that, there's been a lot of space he can pull his leg out, or like a lot of things. So I gotta stop it. This is a similar idea as making a solid base. I wanna stack his leg between my knees, like between my legs. So that's why when the time he throws me forward, I slightly turn my body, like post hand far away like this. Plus, I switch my hips, when at time I get thrown forward. Then my knee comes around here. Look, I twist my hips, then look how I pinch his ankle with my inner thighs. So this is the position in order for me to absorb action. So as I do so, he can know the action like he did it before, like this. Then anytime I can come back to the original position like this. He throws me over as soon as he throws, look, like this. I twist my hips. Then my right leg is completely getting lifted, but it's okay. Most of my base is on my left side, my hand and leg like this. So he cannot do the next action from this. Okay, then I come back as well like this. Then once in a standard floating action, you can do the counter attack. That's a knee cut. Okay, when he throws me forward, look, I tuck my leg in. Then my hips are pointed that direction. This is the proper angle in order for me to absorb his action. From now, I'm gonna switch my hips to the other side. That's the knee cut action. Look, I keep on holding the car on this side, then look, I drive my right knee on the mat. Then I get into knee cut. So from this position, I wanna look for the best case scenario. As you can see, he exposes his right arm, which is good for me. From now, I just wanna roughly grab around his elbow joint. You can grab the elbow joint directly or material around here. Then you pull it up. Look, I'm lifting up the right shoulder. Plus, I wanna make him flat. That's why I slightly push him to the side, like putting both of his shoulders on the mat. This is the best case scenario. Once I make it happen, I just slightly slide out. Yeah, I want you to be careful that when the time is slide out, you don't want to make the gap between you and your opponent at all, like connecting the hips between each other, like this. Then there's been a lot of ways to complete the guard pass from now. What I prefer to do is dominate the hips instead of going to the upper body control. So that's why I'm not rushed to control him. I just scoop my hips like this. Look how I push his hips with my hips. Once I make him flat completely, I'm gonna get on my knees and then I stabilize the position. So he throws me forward. As soon as he slows, look how I twist the hips like this. I even expect this action like this. Then next, I'm gonna twist my hips as I driving my right knee on the mat, like this. There's been a reaction, there's been momentum for him. That's why he may come up like this against his movement. What you have to do is pull up the elbow, just grab here. Then don't rely on your arm. You wanna use stronger purge. That is your upper body. So you drive your head to the side. As you're making a cross with your opponent, look. As you can use the body weight, it's gonna be way easier to get your opponent flat on the mat. Don't forget to use the collar grip to push the shoulder as well. Once you make two of them like this, you're ready for the guarded pass. But you're not gonna slide out towards his upper body. As if you slide your knee to the side. That's the direction you slide your knee out. Look. As you do so like I do, I connect my hips on the hips like this. Then, like I said in the last one, I don't want you to chase the upper body at this position. It seems like easy to complete the guarded pass like this, but most of the time, his hips still should be active. So what he can do is a hip escape to escape like this. So that's why you have to avoid. If it happens, you have to do from scratch. The hip escape is not only moving the hips away. You can put something away with your hips. So this is an action. Look, I use my lower back to push his hips. That's how I make him flat on the mat. Look. I even make him look at the other side. That's gonna be the best case scenario like this. Once I can turn him like this, he can no longer get back to the guard position anymore. Right? After I deactivate him, I wanna get on my knees. That's gonna be next to his chest, hips, then I stabilize the position.
Hey guys, my name is Daniel. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please push the like button and leave us a comment down below. If you want to learn more techniques, simply hit the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified when we upload a new video. This way we can bring you new and improved content. Thank you and see you next time.